Thanks so much. And now I'm joined by Bill Gates, Bono, and Michael Dell for a special announcement. Gentlemen, nice to have you on the program. Thanks so much for joining us. You are announcing today a partnership with the RED campaign. Bono, why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, well, RED campaign is where consumers make great companies like Microsoft and Dell pay for drugs for Africans who will die without them. 2 pills a day is all it takes to keep an African alive who's HIV/AIDS. And these are heroic companies. And, we're not asking the consumer to put their hand in their pocket. We're actually asking the consumer to make these guys put their hands in their pocket. And they're ready to step up. And it's the best of America. And to have Dell and Microsoft announced on the same day is about as big a thrill as you can imagine any of us, myself and Bobby Shriver, who've been involved in this RED campaign, could ever have imagined.
Yeah, no kidding. You're putting your hands in your pockets. Michael, tell us how it works exactly.
Well, the way it works is that when you buy a computer, you get connected, and that's great. Well, now you buy a computer, you save lives. And so with a laptop computer, contributes $50 to the RED campaign. And with the XPS-1, the all-in-one, it contributes $80. So that's about 6 months of antiretroviral drugs for an AIDS sufferer in Africa.
And Bill, you've done so much with your foundation for Africa as well. Tell us about Microsoft's portion of this.
Well, this is Dell doing its best products and Microsoft doing its best product, Windows Ultimate, and putting them together along with this connection to RED. So we're really trying to make it an obvious choice for people, and we're thrilled that the 3 organizations got together. RED has been very successful, and obviously because I care a lot about these issues, I was very pleased that the people at Microsoft saw this as a big win for them.
Bill, when we spoke a year ago, you said something so interesting. You said, it's not good if you can make or create the drugs and not get the drugs to the people who need them in the right amount of time. So you really talked to us a little about how technology works in terms of helping people in Africa, where it was a refrigeration product, if I remember correctly, is what you told me about.
Good.
Tell us a little more about that.
Well, the plight of the poorest 2 billion is something that I think the awareness has gotten a lot larger, whether it's the AIDS epidemic or the Millennium Development Goals. The idea that all this great improvement in the world is not going nearly enough to that bottom 2 billion. People are thinking about that. New vaccinations are needed so that the children live. The AIDS medicine is needed. That's actually one where we've made a lot of progress. And so innovation is our friend, but it has to be innovation that thinks about these needs. When it used to be 4 or 5 pills, it was tougher to comply, but now they brought it down. In fact, soon they'll have it down to a single pill. And so if we understand the tough conditions and the needs there, and we get businesses like Microsoft and Dell and innovators to apply their minds not just to the rich consumers, but to the neediest consumers, then it's pretty amazing what can happen. And so we're really seeing an acceleration of this. RED is a wonderful way for people to associate themselves with thinking broadly about all of humanity, not just the people in their country that's well off.
So what other kinds of innovation are you seeing when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to saving lives like this?
Well, the cost for treating AIDS in the U.S. per person was very high. And a few people like Paul Farmer said, no, we can do it in Haiti. We can do it in Africa. And so they've come up with new models where they have community workers that are very efficient. The drug companies were a little reluctant at first, but then stepped forward to think about bringing the prices down. And that's why these dollars can go so far today.
Bill Clinton did amazing work on that particular subject, Bill Clinton negotiating the prices down. Yeah.
Exactly. And so it's not just AIDS, although that's probably the worst problem, but the other diseases. Now we're seeing the drug companies come in, think about new vaccines. My foundation funds some of that, but there's a real opportunity cost to them. Still, they're stepping up. And so if we spread the word of the success stories, we feel we can draw in more and more of the great science and innovation that we all take for granted.
And Bono, you've been amazing in terms of getting celebrities and technology rock stars, if you will, to get involved.
These are the rock stars.
I know, that's what I'm saying. 3 rock stars right here. In terms of spreading the words, getting the awareness out there, getting people excited about this. What else do you need to see? What else do you want to happen here?
I have a lot of faith in social movements. You know, that's what brought the breakthroughs in civil rights and, you know, the suffragette movement, you know, women's rights. And so I think that's growing all across America and all across the world. People are getting out, joining the One campaign. Going into the presidential election, you can see every single candidate has had to wear one of these white bands and say, wow, you know, they're asking us to think about what's outside of America and the way the world sees America. So I'm very excited about that. But red is about conscious consumerism, which is a new wave, really, and it's going to roll over you if you're not part of it, because people know they've power in their pocket. By the choices they can make you or break you. And they want to know if they're creating these giant corporations that are, you know, full of creativity and you know, great software, great machines, people, Apple or, you know, The Gap are making incredible stuff. They want to know if they're supporting you, that you're supporting people who have no support.
It's wonderful all that you're doing.
Thank you, Maria.
Bono, Michael Dell, Bill Gates, thanks so much.